At your recommendation, the comment section, I am going to be starting a series where not only am I playing my own original songs live as I record my practice sessions essentially and practice my live performance skills, because performing is a skill that can be honed and tuned and you get better and better at it. But not only am I going to be doing that, I would like to start breaking down the songs and giving a little bit of the story behind the songs that I'm performing. Especially because a lot of them are from like the woodworks, like they're like old songs that I'm bringing back to the present because I don't remember how to sing them or play them or the words, and it'd be fun, and it's been fun kind of bringing them back. Also, it's been fun doing songs that are relatable to me right now. So if I'm having a great day, maybe I want to do something celebration. If I'm, feeling anxious, maybe I want to sing a song that reminds me that it all works out. And the cool part of having 117 songs or something like that at this point is I have a song for every emotion, every season, and I can sing it to myself and essentially put it out there. So that is what we're starting. I would love to start continuing to do it as I go along. That being said, we're going to start talking about the song We Got It, the one I just posted. So We Got It, it came out in January of 2021. So at this point, a little over a year ago, I was just working on it with my vocal coach after I recorded that because every time I listen, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys, I don't like the way that verses sound in it. Personally, how I recorded it, I don't like the way the vocals sound. And I can tell you why, because I was working through it through my vocal coach yesterday, actually. So after I had already recorded the live version, and I was just explaining to her, I was like, I don't like the fact that it is so far back in my voice. It kind of sounds a bit whiny, and it has this far back in my voice kind of sound. And we were exploring all these different options of like, what if we lowered the key? What if all this stuff, And I explained to her, actually, it made me really think about why I wrote the song and when I wrote the song and why I did it the way I did. And it reminded me that I was like, oh, this song was actually an experimentation. The reason that it's so high is I wanted to push myself as a vocalist and see what would it sound like if I recorded up there? How does it sound? How can I, can I put some energy into it? And now going back, I'm learning even more so how to do it. But that's kind of where that song was birthed out of this whole, let me push myself. Let me see something, if I could do something that's a little different than my typical like octave down, octave up, kind of like typical Jacob Restituto is verses are octave down, choruses are octave up. So I wanted to try doing something a little bit different. And that's where that song style came from. Now, that being said, I'm learning to push things a little bit forwardly different, or place things differently in my, not necessarily vocal range, but vocal tone. I'm learning that my voice not only has the voice that I'm so used to, but I can manipulate it in a good way to sound so different, and it's exciting, and that's why so many of these songs that I've done, I'm like, yeah, it's cool, but I would have wanted them to sound differently, or it's not how I really wanted it to sound, and I'm learning to make them sound how I want them to. So that being said, this song kind of goes through a storyline of essentially saying, hey, I know it starts kind of in the either storytelling of the present or of a situation up late on a Friday night, not in our element. Bad things were said and done that now both of us regret. So far away from feeling, could use a little healing. Deep dive to what went wrong. Redeem this night before ends us. And what that whole thing is saying, and then it goes into the chorus, is we got that good thing, we call it love. We got that good thing, can't get enough. Is, hey, even in this arguing, even in the bad things that we said, and even in the butting of heads, we still have love, and let's remind ourselves of it. Let's remind ourselves, go back to the love that we have. And the whole song, kind of this funky bass line, and kind of, my vocal coach kind of said it has this kind of Justin Timberlake, Bruno Mars, Silk Sonic kind of groove to it. And I was going for that. Not necessarily those artists, but like that kind of groove. I wanted to be this kind of like, hey, side eye across the room, like, a little bit like, seductive kind of thing. Like, hey, we got that good thing. Like, it's not supposed to be anything like inappropriate. It's just like just this, hey, like, what's up, girl, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like this cool kind of like playful, I guess is a great word. Like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Kind of thing, right? And that's kind of what I wanted this song to have a vibe of. And then on top of that, now you go into the second verse, and the second verse talks about how it's how does it start? It goes the first verse is up late. So then it goes, we've worked through so much trouble. what is it? We worked through so much trouble just to get where we are. Some days felt close to heaven. I like those the most. You look the best when you don't even try. Stole my heart, and you don't have an alibi. So then it's kind of a little bit more into that redeemed kind of, hey, we've worked through so much to get where we are. I'm so grateful for where we are. You look so good. You stole my heart. You don't have an alibi. And then going back into the we got that good thing we call it love. We got that good thing we can't get enough. Cool fun fact that we got it, we got it, we got it all. That part, that whole choir that you hear, part of it's me and part of it's actually the subscribers. I had my subscribers come and send, I don't remember how many people sent in, but a decent amount of people actually sent takes in. I created a choir from you guys, which is pretty remarkable. We recorded that guitar solo on a live stream. I distinctly remember it because there was a lot of people watching the live stream. And I was like pumped that there were so many people watching me play the guitar, essentially. So that was really cool. My aunt actually joined that live stream. I distinctly remember. I distinctly remember all this, man. It's like ingrained in my memory. I recorded the guitar solo. I took Bullet for a walk at the beach, and then I came home and filmed an interview with Michael Beveraggi that I never ended up posting because we had issues with the audio and stuff. But it's like these songs are stamped in my timeline, man. It's so funny, but. That is the story behind We Got It. If you have not heard the original, go check out the original. The instrumental's also out there as well. And go check out the live performance. So I'd love to know what you think of this. If you're excited for this new series, I hope you have a great rest of your day. God bless and peace out. We got